The Adventures of Robin Hood from 1938, starring Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland, a classic which has stood the test of time and one of my own personal favourites. This film has been the benchmark for all Robin Hood adaptations that have followed, and for good reason. So grab your quiver and bow and let's delve into why this version remains the definitive take on the legendary outlaw of Sherwood Forest. Number 5. Technicala Glory. So let's start with the obvious, the film's groundbreaking use of Technicala. In an era where most films were still in black and white, The Adventures of Robin Hood burst on the screen in glorious storybook colour, and was Warner Bros.' very first film utilising the 3-strip Technicala process. The lush greens of Sherwood Forest, the rich fabrics of the costumes, and the intricate details of the sets were all brought to life in a way that was revolutionary for its time. This use of colour adds a layer of spectacle and grandeur that still captivates audiences today. And can you believe it was planned to be shot in black and white for most of the pre-production period, until just 3 months before filming started? Thank God they did film it in colour. Number 4. Swashbuckling action. When it comes to action, no other Robin Hood adaptation holds a candle to this one. The sword fights are exhilarating, the archery is top notch, and the stunts are breathtaking. Errol Flynn performs many of his own stunts, adding a layer of authenticity to the action. The film's pacing is also spot on, with each action sequence leading seamlessly into the next, keeping you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. Which leads me to the next part. Number 3. Timeless appeal. So more than 80 years after its release, The Adventures of Robin Hood has lost none of its charm or entertainment value. To be honest, all later screen adaptations seem to rip off Michael Curtiz and William Keighley's Golden Age swashbuckler in one way or another. The dialogue is sharp and smart, and whether you're watching it for the first time or the 100th time, it never fails to bring a smile to your face. It's a film that can be enjoyed by both children and adults, making it a timeless classic that will continue to be enjoyed for generations to come. Number 2. The perfect balance of romance and adventure. The love story between Robin Hood and Lady Marian is both believable and touching, providing a strong emotional core to the film. But it never overshadows the action and adventure, which are the film's main draw. This balance is something many adaptations struggle with, but this film nails it. And as always, let's chill for a few moments before we get to the top spot, as I give you 5 amazing things you may not know about The Adventures of Robin Hood. Okay, let's go. Although shot in California, indigenous English plants were added and the grass was painted to give it a greener, more English look. Did you know the archery tournament was shot at the now long gone Busch Gardens in Pasadena, California? It was also used for the Wilkes Plantation exteriors a year later in Gone with the Wind. Did you know that Errol Flynn enjoyed working with a sophisticated and easygoing William Keighley, but he despised the temperamental and demanding Michael Curtiz? Problems between the two were reportedly fueled by Flynn's casual approach to production schedules and scene preparation, as well as his reputed bad memory for dialogue. Did you know it is believed that the film was so successful that a sequel was commissioned? However, the US government wanted to restrict the amount of money invested in filmmaking at that point in anticipation of joining World War II, so it was delayed. In 1945, when the war was over, the project was scrapped as Olivia de Havilland and Claude Rains were no longer employed by Warner Bros. Did you know the production used all 11 of the Technicolor cameras in existence in 1938, and they were all returned to Technicolor at the end of each day's filming? Enjoy those? They're interesting, aren't they? But there is something so breathtaking and amazing about these old Hollywood studio movies. They certainly don't make them like this anymore. So now let's move to the number 1 reason why The Adventures of Robin Hood stands tall over the rest. Are you ready for this? Let's go. Number 1. Errol Flynn. So Errol Flynn's portrayal of Robin Hood is the stuff of legend. His roguish charm, handsome looks, charisma, wit and natural athleticism make him the definitive Robin Hood. The Tasmanian-born swashbuckler got his acting start by travelling to England in 1933, where he became an extra in a movie called I Adore You. And he performed on the stage in Glasgow and London's West End before securing the lead in the Warner Bros. British-made Murder at Monte Carlo, which is now a lost film. Hollywood saw something special and the rest is history. Flynn played many other swashbuckler roles such as Captain Blood, Don Juan and the Seahawk until his death at 50 years old in 1959. Errol certainly knew how to buckle a swash, eh? And in fact, no one has come close to matching his Robin Hood in 80 years. Supporting Errol Flynn are some amazing performances such as Olivia de Havilland's Lady Marian, who isn't just a damsel in distress but a strong, independent woman who holds her own. And let's not forget about Basil Rathbone's deliciously villainous Sir Guy of Gisborne. Claude Rains' camp performance as Prince John seems like he's enjoying every single moment of screen time. And Una O'Connor's hilarious Bess. So there you have it, folks. 5 compelling reasons why the 1938 version of The Adventures of Robin Hood remains the best adaptation of the legendary English outlaw. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favour and watch it. And if you have, well, perhaps it's time for another rewatch. As always, I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Got a film, TV show or piece of music you'd like me to delve into? Well, why not drop me a comment below and keep the conversation going. So until next time, may your aim be true as Robin Hood's.